Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the Flash as a whole, since we will be talking about more of the future seasons of the show rather than just being focused around season 7 or season 8. But yeah, for today's video we have some incredibly interesting teases about what's to come for future seasons of the show, most specifically villain teases and who we could potentially end up seeing as a main villain for a future season of the show. And trust me when I say this guys, these teases are crazy. So one of them is an Instagram live stream and the other one is actually an interview done with Tom Cavanagh about him returning as the Reverse Flash for future seasons of the show and when it would be best fitting for him to appear as like a main villain for a season. So yeah, the amount of seasons left on the show is currently unknown, but we do know that it's nearing its end. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end, whether that is during season 8 or season 9, maybe even season 10, we still don't know. But we have had quite a lot of villains on the show throughout these past 7 seasons, in which right now at the moment we are nearing the back half of the Flash season 7. We're going to be entering the back half of the Flash season 7 this week, and we do know that for that storyline we'll be having Godspeed as our main villain, which is very exciting. I just cannot wait to see what they have planned for that storyline, because the first half of the Flash season 7, that being God Complex with the Forces storyline, it's been meh. It's not been, that enjoyable. So I really do hope that this Godspeed storyline redeems it, because yeah, it's been a while since we've had like a proper speedster villain. I'm not counting the Speed Force as a speedster villain, although she is technically a speedster, but it's been a while since we've had like an actual speedster villain. I just cannot wait to see what they have to deliver with this rivalry between the Flash and Godspeed. But yeah, as I said during the start of this video, we had some very cool teases for future villains on the show, that being Cobalt Blue, as well as Reverse Flash returning for the final season of the show. So these aren't necessarily interviews really. One of them is from an Instagram live stream and the other one was actually an interview which Tom Cavanagh did. Yeah, the things they say are very interesting. Now also guys, I do want to give a quick credit to Arrowverse Scenes or Arrowverse Concepts, because I am using one of his trailers which he made for this video because it's just relevant to what I'm talking about, and we are friends, so I hope he doesn't mind me using one of his trailers. But yeah, just massive credit to him. I will link both of his channels in the description down below. Go check him out because he is truly amazing at what he does. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. So yeah, starting off with the Cobalt Blue news at first, because it is very interesting and I'm guessing it is the main reason in regards to why you guys clicked on this video in the first place, so I'll go over that first. So essentially a couple of hours ago, very early in the morning from the time I'm from, Rick Cosnett essentially did an Instagram live stream, and I don't exactly know the question because I wasn't there in the live stream, but this is what Rick Cosnett had to say about him returning to The Flash.
I'm definitely going to come back before the series ends. I don't know how. I'd love to come back as Barry's arch enemy because that would make a perfect arc. Also made more screen time.
So yeah, over here Rick Cosnett mentions that he will definitely be returning to the show before it ends. Now this could either be season 8, season 9 or season 10. We still don't know when the show will end. All he said was that he will be returning before the show ends, so he could possibly end up becoming a main villain for season 8, since that is before the show ends after all. But then he goes on to say that he would like to return as one of Barry's arch enemies, and although he was very implicit about it, it's going to be Cobalt Blue. We know that. We have obviously been speculating for a long time that if Eddie Thawne was ever to show up, it would either be as Godspeed or as Cobalt Blue, in which we got the reveal that Godspeed will still be August Hart for the show. So yeah, Cobalt Blue is the next best option, and it seems like they're going for that. I don't know about you guys, but the fact that he said that he is definitely returning to the show says that the writers already have a plan to bring this character into one of the upcoming seasons which obviously is insane because this was a fan theory everyone wanted to see for a long time, and I think it would be a very cool storyline for his character as well, not only to just bring Eddie Thawne back but also bring in the character of Cobalt Blue in another way rather than just being Barry Allen's twin. I think that would be the best way to go, and I just think it would be very, very cool. Now, let's say that he is somewhat of a villain for Season 8. Let's say he's the main villain for The Flash Season 8. Obviously, that is a prediction at the moment as we don't exactly know when he'll be showing up, but the way I think he should play into the season are that we could either have Cobalt Blue being the main villain for the first half of Season 8, but for the individual episodes, we also get like a backstory setting up Eddie's character and how he became Cobalt Blue in the first place and what happened to him after the events of The Flash Season 1. We could also have it so he is actually the main villain for the back half of The Flash Season 8. And while we have another main villain for the first half of the season, that storyline would pretty much play as a setup to Eddie becoming Cobalt Blue, and then he eventually emerges as the main villain for the back half of The Flash Season 8 to get his revenge on Barry, whatever that is, whether it's to, tie Iris in and basically bring in that jealousy or something. I'm not sure about that. Obviously, last time we saw Eddie, he sacrificed himself to save everyone, including Barry, but once the whole singularity happened, the breach took Eddie's body away, so we never saw anything about Eddie Thawne after that. So I am very interested to see the storyline they go for into establishing Eddie Thawne as the main villain and basically bringing this journey into him becoming Cobalt Blue. Now, in a hypothetical situation, let's say Season 8 was the final season of The Flash. I doubt it is, but let's just say it is. Then I would say that the most suitable option over here is that we establish Cobalt Blue as a cliffhanger or something for the end of The Flash Season 7, and then for the first half of The Flash Season 8, we would have Cobalt Blue as the main villain, and then for the back half of the season, that is obviously to wrap everything up and to obviously give that definitive ending for the show. This is a no-brainer, but the obvious best fit to end the show is to have Reverse Flash as the big bad. There is absolutely no way you can end the show without having Reverse Flash as the main villain. Now, speaking of the Reverse Flash, Tom Cavanagh did an interview with TV Line, I believe. But yeah, Tom Cavanagh was asked when he would next show up on The Flash as the man himself, Reverse Flash, and this is what he had to say about it. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but Arrowverse executive producer Greg Berlanti and I have always felt that when Grant Gustin decides to depart from the show, it would be hard to imagine a scenario other than Batman comes home to Joker, and Flash and Reverse Flash settle things. It would be hard to imagine a different storyline, and that's all I'm going to say right now. So, firstly over here, which is something I wanted to bring up, he doesn't directly say whether or not Season 8 is the last season of The Flash, and as he said during this interview, I always felt that when Grant Gustin decides to depart the show, meaning the majority of the decision in regards to when The Flash would end as a show is up to Grant Gustin, since after all he is the main star of the show and absolutely anyone can leave the show. It doesn't matter one tiny bit. As long as Grant Gustin's willing to stay, this show will just keep going on. But yeah, I totally agree with what Tom Cavanagh said over here. It's pretty much impossible to end the show without a scenario involving a Batman and the Joker storyline, in which in context of this show, it would be the Flash and Reverse Flash. He is just the perfect main villain for when the show ends. Whenever that happens, as I said, whether it's Season 8, Season 9, or maybe Season 10, it's up to Grant Gustin to decide that. But I think to actually give like that definitive ending for the show, we need Reverse Flash. It's impossible to end the show without having Reverse Flash as the main villain. Now, when the final season of The Flash rolls around, hopefully it will be something similar to that of Arrow Season 8, where they pay homage to previous seasons, but also directly connected to the main storyline with Reverse Flash as the main villain, and I just want nothing more than to just go back to the night of Nora Allen's murder and see that whole incident from the point of view of our speedsters. I think that would just make a perfect series finale in my opinion. I'm still not convinced with them ending the show by making Barry the lightning that strikes him. As I said, I hate it when the show kills off their main character, so I would absolutely despise that ending. So I would like a happy ending where either Barry retires and Bart and Nora leave off as like the speedster heroes, or just simply Barry becomes the Flash off screen. One of those would be my personal favorite endings for the show, and then like end off the episode with like showing the legacy of the Flash or something like that. But again, seeing Barry become the lightning which strikes him would be pretty sick to see as well. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below whether you guys think that we will be seeing Cobalt Blue for the Flash season 8. And be sure to tell me in the comment section down below whether you guys would like to see the Reverse Flash become the main villain for the final season or not. I'm interested to see your thoughts towards all of this as well. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.